On the 21st day of Christmas, my best friend sent to me
21 Fox Squirrels,
20 exorcists, 19 Sith Lords, 18 starships,
17 blades are clashing,
16 scissors held,
15 Final Fantasies,
14 Doctors Living,
13 Warcraft races,
12 DC heroes,
11 Fire Arrows,
10 nerdy birdies,
9 generations,
8 Quirks of Forming,
7 wands of waving,
6 Flying Ghasts,
5 French heroes, 4 fantastic people,
3 vampire hunters,
2 dark clouds,
and a fortnight filled with rage.
Hey guys, Electro Ninja here. Today's video, since it's day 21, it's time for my top 5 Studio Ghibli movies. Now, like I said, this is my top 5 Studio Ghibli movies. So, first of all, I have loved every single Studio Ghibli I've seen. There are quite a few that I haven't seen, so if you like any of those ones, then that's fine, and I can't say anything about them. But if you tell me that this one is your favorite, you're wrong, because this movie is a piece of garbage. This gets number 1 of the worst Studio Ghibli movies, which is really hard to even look at because there's so much wrong with this. And to get the elephant out of the room, this is not on the list. I know that a lot of people are going to get mad at me because this movie is a masterpiece. Don't get me wrong, it is. It is a masterpiece. But it's not my favorite. It's not in my top 5. So, Spirited Away, great movie, do recommend it, but it's not in my top 5. And that's mostly because a lot of movies I like a lot more. But yes, if I were to make a top 10 which ones are the best, this would probably be number 1. But this is my top favorite, not the top 5 best Studio Ghibli movies. But anyways, let's get into number 5. Kikis Delivery Service. By far one of the most beautiful Studio Ghibli movies that I've ever seen. I love this movie. I honestly wish that it could be higher, but there's the other ones. Just keep that in mind. This would be higher if these movies didn't exist, which is saying something. I cannot recommend this movie enough. It is a masterpiece. All of these movies are masterpieces, along with a lot of the movies that I didn't mention. It's a truly amazing story of Kiki as she goes through her life and becomes a good witch and a good person, and I love the movie. But anyways, let's move on to number 4. Yeah. Number 4 is Howl's Moving Castle. I'm gonna be completely honest, I prefer the books. I do prefer the books. But I watched the movie first, and that's why I love this movie. And the books is the reason why it's number 4. Because the books are better. And also, the other 3 exist. But this movie is great. Considering the fact that a lot of things that were in the books never made it to the movie, that's fine. But I love this movie. Sophie and Howl's love story is absolutely amazing. And if you're a hopeless romantic, I would recommend this movie, as well as the books. Along with a few of the others that I'm going to mention in this. Not number 3, but number 2 and number 1. Yeah, they may not get together in number 2, but they do get together in number 1. So Great movie. Recommend it. Go check it out. Moving on to number 3. The Secret World of Arrietty. Another great movie based off a book. Most of the time I think I've mentioned this before. I usually don't like movies based off books, unless I watch the movie first. You'll understand that when I am talking about the I mentioned this a few videos ago in the Harry Potter movies ranked, but then there's these. Secret World of Arrietty is based off the novel The Borrowers, and there's another movie called The Borrowers that's not as good as this, but it's still pretty good. It's amazing. Honestly, thought for sure that Arrietty and why am I forgetting his name? The boy from this book, from this movie. I thought they were gonna get together. It was gonna be really weird, but it's so sweet, and it's really about family, and that's something that you don't get as much in a lot of our current day shows and stuff. So it's truly an amazing story, and I recommend it, along with all of... I'm gonna keep saying that I recommend it. But let's move on to number 2. Castle in the Sky. Oh my gosh. The emotions I have for this movie. It's why it's number 2. It's hard to put it at number 2, because this movie is that good. This is not my personal favorite version, because this is the one that was they actually worked with Disney a bit. But there's another dub that they made before this, where they said a lot more things. But it's still an amazing movie. No matter which version especially this version's good, and then the other version I don't remember what it was, but which version it was. I think it was also done by Disney. But absolutely amazing. I can't recommend it enough. All the characters, they work together. The pirates are hilarious, especially when all of them fall in love with Lita. Or did I say Lita? Sheeta. What the fudge is wrong with me? Yeah, when all of the guy pirates fall in love with Sheeta, while Patsu is just off working, and they're just being morons falling in love with Sheeta. It's kind of messed up, but it's so cute. Again, I recommend this movie. And now for number 1, the greatest. This movie is not just my number 1 Studio Ghibli movie. I would honestly say it's probably my favorite movie entirely, and that is Whisper of the Heart. As a writer myself, I know exactly what she's going through this entire time, and it's absolutely glorious. If you're an artist, I recommend watching this movie 1,000 times, because it does justice to all of the struggles as any artist, whether you be a writer, a song artist, a violin creator. I know that sounds very specific, but it's in the movie, and it's glorious. The two characters are so glorious together, and honestly, I cannot recommend this movie enough. The thing is that before I saw this movie, Castle in the Sky was my favorite Studio Ghibli movie. And then this came, and I watched this, and characters that are in love that are absolutely glorious. I cannot begin to describe how good this movie is. Cat Returns is the technically sequel to this. It's basically the story that the main character has been working on throughout the entire movie. Except that I think it's slightly different. I think it might be the sequel to that. But this movie exists. It's glorious. Then watch this movie, then watch Cat Returns. You can watch Cat Returns first, but I recommend watching this first just because it adds a lot more explanation to what is in Cat Returns. So, yeah. Check out this movie. Check out all of the movies I mentioned in this video, except for Only Yesterday, because that movie sucks. And watch any Studio Ghibli movies. I honestly can't recommend these enough. If you can find this movie, buy it. I'm not even kidding. Buy this movie, watch it. Watch it with your family. Because it's when I said that Spirited Away is a masterpiece, I was serious. But this movie exists for... It's more of a masterpiece. So, if you're gonna get any of all the movies that I mentioned in this video, these two are the ones that you should get. Buy all Studio Ghibli movies, but still. But anyways, I've been Electro Ninja, and you have been watching Electro Ninja's Lab. I hope to see you guys next time. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. So me and Punisher Matt will see you guys next time. But on